What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be going through my theory I posted on Twitter and also on my community page about how book two might end, some of the notes, some of the secrets we saw, some of Mr. Stitchy's past, and possibly other things as well. So chapter 9 was amazing. We got to see a few new characters and we get to meet Kona, who's Mimi's friend, an engineer friend. And you've probably seen I've done a origin story on Kona, which included some of Mimi in there as well. But it got me thinking that Kona coming in as he did, he spoke about, in the cutscene, he was speaking about doing investigation into the infected and into the area and moving away from being an engineer. He also seems quite suspect, really, in what he's doing. And the fact there is the tomb downstairs also. There's 3 tombs downstairs. So the theory I posted out there is one, that Kona is he's hiding something. He's got something he's not telling us. Perhaps he I think, so my theory is he is a big part of the infection, and him doing his experiments when we go into the lab to escape in chapter 10, that we're going to see that he's not so innocent after all. And my theory went along the lines of that Kona left the note in the dock area. So the note here that says, in relation to finding one of the original test subjects, I think during his investigation and trying to find the something for the cure, he also was looking at trying to find the original test subject, because the people that he experimented on or he was investigating into, some of the infected, were not the correct. He was unable to get anything out of them. So trying to find one of the test subjects, I think first off, that note is from him during his investigations, during his lab work and experiments. So I think the bot in the lab is going to be some kind of hybrid, some kind of probably one of the creepiest skins we've seen. I also think that from the trailer of book 2, we saw obviously Shadow Penny, in what looks like the same map, the same area, same corridor that Kona was screenshotted from Minitoon, where he was doing his welding. Now, whether this is just for effect when he sent out the leak of Kona, or whether this actually has a connection as well. So my theory is with the tombs. So you've got the 3 tombs: 1, King Milo; 2, Queen Viola. And obviously this was coming out today, and then I saw Kreekcraft did a video earlier on before mine actually gets released. So luckily it's slightly different, but I think that you've got those 2 there. The theory of King Milo possibly being Mr. Stitchy is possible, but I actually think that I agree with the Egyptian past, because you've got Kamosi and now we've got tombs. So I believe that the 2 tombs, so the Queen Viola and the King tomb as well, King Milo, I think that those 2 were his parents, and the middle tomb is actually his, which is why we have to pull in the creature into the middle tomb. So where you've got friend, and then now we've also got this vent monster, which pretty much the same apart from a few glowing parts, that those are the different the different stages of him. So when Kona possibly opened up the middle tomb, and that was what was left in their experiments were done, whether Kona was experimenting on Penny, one of the original test subjects, and testing on Mr. Stitchy, because the note we have about giving him a face, it doesn't actually say who it was from. It doesn't say him or her gave me a face. It said I gave him a face. So could it have been Kona who gave Mr. Stitchy a face, or could it have been Penny who gave him a face, and they were both test subjects for Kona, in the laboratory. And although Kona's intentions were good, did he accidentally, give Mr. Stitchy more power? Was there some kind of his parents both have on their tombs notes in relation to the afterlife and ruling the afterlife, and being the king of darkness and things like that. So did that have a part in it? Was that what happened? Was the investigations and the military base above the tombs? Because this is going to be the main area. If anyone's seen Stranger Things, it's a similar concept where they went to a government facility or an off-the-books military base that held the key and the portal to the other realm, to the underneath, upside down, or it's called in Strange Things, was in the military base, was in this area. And it's being quite similar here in Piggy, even more so now we've seen chapter 9. So is that what we're going to find, that actually all these experiments and all this investigation was actually brought out into the world via Kona and the military base and doing their experiments? So with that in mind, an end to book 2, will that be a montage? Will that be a similar montage to the Untold Story for Willow and William? And will it be a similar one from book 1, where we're actually seeing Mr. Stitchy's past, where him and his parents were in Egypt, something happened to them, there'll be some kind of, whether they were attacked and taken, and then of course put in the tombs, and he's been brought forward to get his revenge. I don't know. I mean, this is what I'm putting forward, that the end we're going to see a montage on that, and one of the distorted memory chapters will possibly be from Mr. Stitchy's point of view. So we'll be going through this chapter, seeing what he would have seen, his distorted memory of what happened. So could we see that as well, whether that's before chapter 12 or a bonus one after chapter 12? But I think it will show Mr. Stitchy was actually a good person. A lot of bad things happened, and this is where it got brought forward to today. So I think that's what we'll see. But I'm not sure that Kona, even though he may have had good intentions to start with, is innocent in all of this. I think he is a big part of the next few chapters moving forward. And we're going to see that in chapter 10. We're going to see that he is not what he says he is. And we're going to see his lab, and we're going to see he's been doing investigations, experiments. There'll probably be notes, there'll probably be orbs, there'll probably be some kind of tubes with creatures inside he's been researching on. And then we'll see at the end that this is what will happen. The other thing is why I'm not sure about Kona, is because a dev friend sent me the official Kona skin, which also came with some animations. Now, some of the animations are, one of them is called Get Up, which is the same as the characters in chapter 8 with Kenneth and Pepper, where they get up off the floor. So is he going to get hurt, and is he going to turn in front of us? I'm not sure. He's also got his jump scare and his strike or hit animation as well built into him, which means if he's got those built in and already made, is he going to be some kind of character we've got to face? Is he going to be either similar to the characters from the ship, where they're infected and they get up and they come after you, or is he going to get infected during chapter 10 at the end, or in the end cutscene, and then he's got that strike animation? So I wonder what you think of the theory that the tombs were obviously there. The military base was definitely built on top of there for a reason. They built on top of the tombs on purpose, where there was the notes in there saying, did they know the tombs were here? I think yes, so they did that on purpose. And again, like I said, it's similar to Stranger Things, so we're going to start seeing some So things in the lab when we go down in chapter 10, just like in Stranger Things. And I think Kona will show his true colours as well. And the fact that he's been experimenting on, and possibly will actually get something about Penny, because George hasn't said anything about Penny at all. We've not heard anything. We've not heard no notes. We've not seen anything, or George has not spoke about her. It's only been about Zizzy up to this point. So I think we will see some more information about Penny and her possibly being one of the test subjects. They found one of the original test subjects that they were looking for. And I think that was Kona. He's the person who did it. And we'll have some kind of cutscene or monologue with Kona saying he was doing what he thought was best, and Mimi getting upset because her friend did something that he shouldn't have done, or he caused something. But let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you've got any other different theories. But to narrow it down, I believe Mr. Stitchy was in the middle tomb. The king, Milo, and the queen Viola were his parents, and Kona, possibly others, did experiments on Mr. Stitchy and Penny, which resulted in a few things that have happened. So I don't think he's innocent. I think he's a part of it and will be a big part of the story moving forward. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye.